What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Club 50 Sports. And as always, we got a lot of sports talk to talk with you. As always, I am flanked by my main man, my brother, Manny C. Talk to him, broski. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Yes, Adam, we are back. And like you said, man, we have some breaking news. And again, we got some news around the NFL going on this morning. So, Adam, take us on. Like, what are we going to start with?
Let's
Talk to
go. We will focus on the National Football League in this one. The Chicago Bears. We know they've got a lot of talent in the Windy City, but for whatever reason, they just couldn't put it together. They've hired a couple of Matts over the past years, Matt Nagy, Matt Eberflus, just didn't work out. Now they have agreed to terms with former Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson to see if they can turn the ship in the right direction. Manny, what do you think? Will this signing of Ben Johnson, who has this very creative kind of offensive scheme, do you think that this helps Caleb Williams in his development in his upcoming sophomore campaign?
I want to say yes, Adam. Um, for me, it looked like Jared Goff's career was over when he got traded to the Detroit Lions, and then this came. This guy came on board and has really done good things to him. Um, I think he will do the same. Now, remember, coaching is all about defense, special teams, offense. I want to know if he's a leader of men. That's what I am worried about. He's a first time head coach. I would have liked for the Bears to get someone that was more seasoned, that has already done this before. But you know what? Props to him. He did a good job with Jared Goff. We'll see if he could duplicate that with Caleb Williams. I think he will. I think it will, but it's gonna take time. We'll see how the offseason goes. We'll see who they get in free agency because they also need any help on the defense outside of the ball. I think they're pretty set on offense. But I think he will do good in the Windy City with Caleb Williams. With that offense, I think he'll be creative. Now, we'll see as an overall head coach. It remains to be seen. You know me, with this first time head coaches, they haven't done that. We haven't had a great one yet, except for I think Sean McVay. I want to say that has been doing great with the Rams, and but we'll see, Adam. We'll see. I'm just skeptical that I want to say yes on this one. I think he will do good with Caleb Williams. What do you say?
What I would really like to see is whether or not he is going to be the play caller. As a first time head coach, I would love to see him bring in the offensive coordinator who can fit his scheme, but where he can kind of focus on all three phases of the game and really dive into the reality and the responsibility of being a head coach. I don't. I think that that kind of gets taken into, or it gets taken for granted a lot of times, where you have these coaches who want to come in and they want to call plays, and not everybody is Andy Reid, and we have to understand that Andy Reid had his opportunities. He's been in the game for a very long time. So not everybody can just do what Sean Payton does necessarily or do what Andy Reid does. So I would love to see if he could get a offensive coordinator that fits the scheme. Also, who he's going to sign as his defensive coordinator is also extremely important. Um, and I would just like him to focus on being the head coach, managing all three phases of the game rather than just diving in and being an offensive coordinator slash head coach, which is a lot of what these new head coaches try to do, like the Kingsburys and the Josh McDaniels. And they failed when it came to being a head coach because they were taking on a little bit too much responsibility. So I think that if he just dives into this and is just a head coach, I think that he has a great opportunity. They also have the number 10 overall pick in this upcoming draft. Excuse me. I think that they will likely go defense with that pick, which I think they should because they could shore up that defense, maybe get a pass rusher, maybe get some sort of a lockdown type um, player in the secondary. But I think that he has a really good chance of being a good head coach. He comes from a good tree. I
Yeah,
love Dan Campbell, and I think that some of the things that he saw that Dan Campbell did, I think that he could take over to Chicago, but I do feel like he needs to focus on the head coaching role rather than the play calling and offensive coordinator role.
right. All right, guys. I totally agree with you, Adam. And I think that's going to be key in who he brings in to be in his coaching staff. That for me is vital for him to be successful. Is the people that you put around you to go forward. So I'm hoping the best for Ben Johnson, and we'll see what happens in the Windy City. I'm hoping it pans out because, man, since I have been a little kid, Adam, we have been going through this over and over and over in Chicago. If it's not the head coach, it's the quarterback situation. So let's hope this becomes stable.
Yeah,
Guys,
they've only had a couple of years back when they had like Devin Hester and Brian Urlacher. So we'll ultimately see how that goes. Friends, make sure that you leave your comments. Make sure you like. Make sure that you subscribe to the content. And we've got a lot more coming your way. Please stick around. This is Club 50 Sports, and we'll be right back at you in a little bit.